Hello and welcome back to TheDropOutDragon. Today we have something very special for you. This was very popular in my live stream, so I thought I could share it with the YouTube community. We have, in essence, a Grave Warden cosplay, where we're using the Silverblack weapons and the Silverblack shield. We have a 40-40 quality build with a 10-10 on intelligence and faith for the soft cap on dark scaling. Now, I'll get in a little bit, we'll start talking about that, but for right now, let's go over the movesets of these two weapons. We have an infused dark Silverblack Sickle, and this weapon is interesting in the case that it has the hand axe moveset. Okay, which is a moveset people aren't very familiar with and do not know the dodge times for. So you can really surprise your enemy that way. These are the R1s, just like the hand axe does that. And this is the R2. Get some stamina back. And that is the R2. Okay, two-handed. That's the R1. And this is the R2. The running attack for two-handed. Once I get my stamina, there you go. Running attack is that large sweeping attack, which has an interesting hitbox, let me tell you. And then the running for the R1 is that quick slash down. Very effective at catching your enemy off guard. Very effective. And the special ability of this weapon, because it is a sickle, it cuts through shields. It is very good at getting through shield defenses. And that is why I've chosen to infuse it with dark, because it'll do even more damage through shields and just eat through their armor. So it actually, it does. It catches people off guard, and it's one of my favorite weapons in the game. And we will look at the other weapon that we are running is the Silverblack Spear. Okay, now I have chosen to keep this one uninfused to get rid of people who are casting the Great Magic Barrier, which makes dark magic very hard. Dark magic or dark scaling of any kind, it's very hard to get through their defenses when you actually do hit them, if you do hit them. So, this has pretty much the common spear moveset. These are the R1s, and this is the R2. Now, one of the tricks with this weapon is to be very aggressive. If you're very aggressive with this weapon, you will drain the enemy's stamina, and you will do some serious damage when they realize, oh no, I can't roll. Two-handed, we have just pokes. Just pokes. There's the running R1. Just pokes. But here's something that will confuse people. The R2 on spears does this large sweeping attack. Alright, now it has a very long recovery time for when you can actually do anything else until you're done, unless you press R2 again. And you immediately thrust forward. And you can bait people into thinking that you're stuck in an animation. And then, boom, an R2, two-handed, right to the face, which is very, very effective at surprising people. The defenses on the Silverblack shield are very good. There's nothing is at 100%. However, everything is very, very balanced. Obviously, it has a high dark defense. Obviously, it has a high magic defense. The physical, honestly, most weapons are infused or buffed in some way, so you're not going to take that much damage because of all the split damage they are doing. So it's actually a very good shield. It is considered a medium shield. A medium shield that parries like this has the medium shield timing, so we'll see how we can get ourselves going. So let's already start our first match and see how it goes. Now the Grave Warden set, the armor that we're using, is actually not very good. It has high dark defense, as it should, but otherwise it's nothing really special. I think it has great fashion souls, and you guys know how I feel about the fashion. Fashion Souls is good, but otherwise it's not too impressive, and I will show its stats in a little bit, but I thought we should, we're already 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this, so let's go ahead and get a match in. So, a lot of my videos, some people say, oh, edit out the loading times. Well, I'm talking. I have things to say about certain issues and certain feelings I have about the weapons that we're actually showcasing, which, by the way, because we're showcasing two different ones, I plan to make this an hour-long video of just straight PvP. And my videos, yes, they're unedited most of the time. Oh, and side fact, because I haven't infused this weapon, I can use a resin on it and get that extra damage in there. So most of my videos are very raw and unedited, and some people like that and some people don't. So we have somebody who's watching for a bow, so let's give him a bow. And let's see what we can do. Now he is using, if I'm correct, the mace that, yep, allows him to cast Faith. There it is. And I jumped for some reason. And we get the pokes in. So very long range, okay? Now you're going to be tempted to spam the R1, and there's no reason you shouldn't, because it's very good at doing that. It's very good at its R1s. There we go. Get that serious damage in there. Now these weapons, since patch 1.06 and regulation 1.08, this is a very strong weapon. Most of the shields are. And we got the parry in because I baited him for it, and he is gone. GG, my little friend. GG. So as you saw, I could get those pokes in there and stay at a relatively safe distance. He would have to be very aggressive to get in my face. He would have to do that to put me under pressure with a weapon like this. You've got to get close, or in case you're a caster, back the hell up and start shooting off the spells. That's what I would say. So I have a bottle of Pepsi instead of a can, so we're going to sip from that because of our little victory there. But as you could see at the very last piece of that duel, we have the medium shield parry timing. So, hooray. Let's get another duel in here. Honestly, these weapons complement each other very well. When people are fighting a spear, they tend to turtle up, which is good because I can get them with that sickle, and that's the purpose of the sickle, is to get in there when they're turtling behind a shield and still do damage, and they will panic. They'll go, oh god, I'm still taking damage from this weapon. So it's good to put them on their toes, definitely, because they'll start to panic, and a panicking enemy is a dead enemy almost every single time. Now they'll start spamming the R1, and if you're a good enough player, you can bait that for a parry and see how it goes, or you can just back up and watch them drain their stamina, freaking out, and then go in for the kill. So that would be my advice. And it looks like we're going to have a failed invasion. So this video is going to be a bit to get going. A lot of people are waiting on the DLC, which is coming out tomorrow for the PS3. And so they're just, you know, the arenas are pretty dead, and so I'm just trying to show off these weapons, talk about them a little bit. Do I recommend them? Absolutely. These weapons are very fun. The shield is very fun. And if you can mix this up with your own type of armor, you'd be much more effective than the build I'm using now. I'm primarily Fashion Souls for this one. Primarily Fashion Souls. So, and there was another reason I wanted to make this video an hour long, is because there's going to be less people to fight in the arena right now, because of the DLC coming out, and people are just sitting there on the the PlayStation Network, on the PS3 at least. It's already released for the Xbox and the PC at this moment in time, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers like the plague. I will be putting up videos on DLC content and what I think about the new weapons that come with it. So we will have to see how that goes. Alright, so we have a dagger-wielding little man here. And we did not get the parry. But we got a poke. So, we want to keep our distance from him because he is obviously going for that... Let's show off... we can. Let's show off the two-handed. Let's see if we can bait him to get hit. Now, I don't have the tracking to go around that. So, we're going to have to bonk. So he's going for that backstab. He wants the high crit. We'll go for a running attack. Nothing. Now, he's power stance this weapon. Now he's watching, because right now I don't have the tracking to get him. I don't have it, so what we'll do now is immediately switch over to the Silverback Sickle and put the pressure on. We got barely out of the way. Now he wants to trade with this weapon, and that is not a good idea. It's going to do more damage than his little sword. And he's a jumpy little bastard, isn't he? Bam. So you can just turn around and get that hand axe smack, because that's the moveset it has. And he's got his shield up. And he's gone. He wanted to trade, and that's something you can't do if the enemy has more health than you. I mean, that's basic. Don't ever trade if you've got less health. That is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So, oh well. So this, like I said, this build is not entirely min-maxed or anything like that. It's just very interesting to play, switching up two very different movesets through these weapons. So if you guys want to do these kind of cosplays or whatever, if you want to get good and turn the guy's skin blue, I would recommend doing that too, and people would understand your cosplay a little bit better. All right, we found a duel really quickly. That's good. So we will see what we can do about that. And see what we can come up against. I'm hoping to fight a lot of varied builds and show you the effectiveness of switching up your moveset. But I always start off with the spear because it keeps them on their toes. Like, oh, he's got a spear, and then, you know, I just kind of play dumb and bait them into being parried, or I bait them into being hit with the Silverback Sickle if I can get in there. Sorry, Silverblack. I always say Silverback. I don't know why. I read it wrong the first time, and you know what happens. So here we go. We can test it. I can show you this right now with this shield that we have here. Very good magic defense. So his without risking a roll or latency or any of that, I was able to completely mitigate his first attack. So he doesn't have a lot of adaptability. He is using an invisible ring. So I don't know exactly what he has. It looks like he's got a great sword. It's probably the Moonlight, given that he was using the Blue Flame before. So it's probably a Moonlight greatsword. So we'll get in there, get that. Yeah, it's Moonlight greatsword. Yeah, he is missing adaptability. He does not have very high agility, so his iframes are not the same, and so I'm catching him in the roll. So... oh, thought I'd get that parry. And I could tell, by the way, that it's the Moonlight Greatsword because of the little blue, the faint blue color that we have going on. Yep, and there's, of course, that. There's a faint blue color when he hits me, so that just indicates magic damage. And, so we know that. Now he's switched over to the Blue Flame again. Going for that. Now, trying to punish that with a roll backstab is a little difficult because normally they have the stamina to get rid of it. Now he wants to trade. He shouldn't trade. I'm going to hit you. He keeps pulling that off. It's not going to happen, and I caught you in the roll. So, GG. So I was switching up these movesets, and I was just getting him with it. So, it's very hard to compensate when an enemy is switching up movesets so quickly. It's very hard to compensate, especially if you don't have the agility to pull it off. Very, very difficult. So, and there's the hand axe in the loading screen showing me the moveset that we have for the Silverblack Sickle. The Silverblack Sickle, the Silverblack Spear, and the Silverblack Shield. Say that 10 times over. I dare ya. It's good that the arena is starting to pick up a little bit. We can get in these duels in. Now, the arena, as far as I'm aware, I have been told by multiple sources that the arena soul memory doesn't matter very much. So I guess play at your own risk. I don't know what to tell you. And of course, there's going to be people who go, yo, no, it matters, soul memory matters, or I couldn't connect to my buddy, or I couldn't do this, or I couldn't do that. Well, you never know how many people are in the arena at that time, so I don't know. The YouTube comment section in this video will probably erupt with a bunch of argument about whether it matters or not, but I was told that it doesn't. Some of the guys who are pounding the wiki and talking to each other all the time, those guys are absolutely sure that it does not matter, that the soul memory does not matter. So this guy right here was using the red rust. Okay, and we can poke behind our shield and be a little bit safe about it. Now he's backstepping, and here's a little trick about backstepping that a lot of people just don't know because they've never tried it. But you can actually have your shield up whilst backstepping. So you look at him right in the eye, and you can backstep, and if you didn't get the iframes for it, if you missed it, then you have your shield up and it can do a little less damage. So he's looking at me turtle a little bit as I'm watching him, trying to figure out what he's up to. So, but backstepping is a risk. It's a risk. Now he pulled out the twin blade, and the red rust, which I just made a video on. Very strong weapon. So he took a lot of health. I tried to trade with him, and that was stupid of me. Shouldn't have done that. Now, see, that's something I notice a lot of people do, is that they hold up the shield, and as soon as the other guy starts to guard break, they put the shield back up. I don't know why they do that. They just see a movement, and they don't think about it or something. So now he's trying to catch me, but I have 100 agility, so I shouldn't be caught that easy. See, now I switched up the moveset and immediately hit him because he wasn't thinking that was going to happen. So we're watching him. Let's get aggressive. Up, and there we go. Caught him right in the roll because of my moveset. It's a very odd moveset. All right. Now we just ate through his shield. Okay. Why don't you hold that shield up again? I dare you. All right. Now he's pulled out a spear, and he's just poking away. All right. Now we're gonna go for a bait. Oh, see, that's why you got to be careful. And then, bam. GG, my friend. GG. You gotta be careful with those backsteps, okay? He was trying to play it fancy, and sometimes when you play it fancy, you just get killed. Now, you know, and I say that, but on the other hand, if you get good at it, then go for it. If you get good at backstepping, then you're becoming very hard to beat. Backstepping is very powerful. Backstepping, unlike a roll, does not have a delay in the actual attack. The recovery time for a roll is longer than backstepping, so they can immediately hit you with a running R1, which will normally do some decent damage depending on what they have. And it will normally catch you because you're still stuck in your attack animation. So backstepping does work. It is a good idea to learn how to do it. And I told you before, if you're not comfortable backstepping, you can hold your shield up and get yourself going. You can practice. You can practice with minimal penalty. That's what I'm looking for. There's the word I'm looking for. Minimal penalty. Ah, God. Oh, Lord. There's obviously no script around here. Obviously. So, he met his end to the Grave Warden. In my live stream, he didn't have blue skin either, and I kept telling people, no, he's an undead who wants to become a Grave Warden. That's how I could pass off the non-blue skin and get away with it. Oh, come on now, give me. Sometimes, if you do a little circle, right here by the bonfire, do a little circle, you get good luck. Look at that. Look at that. You do a circle, I'm telling you, circle that pillar, it's good luck. It's good luck. The good luck run. And get yourself a duel real quick. So this way, now the problem is now you can get yourself some throwing knives like I have. I just haven't had a chance to use them. I'll try to, but this build does not have any ranged attack, which is a bit of a disadvantage on a lot of different levels. Oh, and we're gonna fight Elvis Presley. Let's put him back in the grave, grave wardens. Elvis has left his little coffin. Okay, so he does not care about my shield. Now I keep the shield up because I'm going to bait him. He's going to think, "Oh, I have it. I can get him because I have the shortle." So, we caught him. We caught him right through there. He got cocky trying to roll. And now he's going for the. And then remember, the rolling R1 for this spear, let me tell you, is quick. It's very quick. Now see, he's underestimating my ability to poke him. So we have a flawless victory. We just poked him to death, and that was it. That was it for him. Pokey pokey. Let's go hang out in his starting area. He got cocky. He got cocky and tried to go right through the shield because he saw that I had it up a lot and I was just baiting him for the attacks. That's what it was. This game has more strategy to it than a lot of people give it. Everybody goes, oh, it's just R1 trades, or oh, it's this and that, and Katana, Greatsword, and Master Race. Well, that's out the window now. The stun locking is over. You actually have to think about your attacks. It's over. I hated the stun locking. I thought it was pretty scrubby. I didn't like the idea of a player being rewarded for making one single hit by killing you. It's not like they were running around with a giant, black crypt greatsword or something. They were just here. Let's run around the column. See if it works again. Is Lady Luck with us? No. Now come on now. I ran around the pillar. We all know. We all know. But I didn't like the idea of a player being able to just essentially one-shot somebody with a stun lock. I mean, even though they're hitting you multiple times, but you can't get away, and you're just looking at them as they're beating on you with the pain train or the love train, with the lances or the greatsword and all that. I really, really, really thought that it was just no skill involved, no strategy. It was just get one hit and then kill guy. That's what it was. That was the strategy. That was the real strategy. One hit, kill guy. And I was very turned off by that. And it's one of the reasons I didn't make a video for 2 months, was I didn't have anything to show that people hadn't already seen that was viable. None of these weapons were very viable before this patch. Not only is Lady Luck not with us, she gives us no... she teases us with the idea of a duel. These weapons that I'll be showcasing off, they weren't very good, and so now they're going to get they're so much better due to this patch that I can actually show off some decent, viable, non-greatsword or non-katana Master Race stuff. Now there are some katanas I will go into, but with the greatswords I've already shown them off before I knew exactly how amazing they were, and just kind of how boring they were. They're very boring. And that's 2 failed invasions in a row. Now this sometimes happens in the arena. This is what you get. This is what you get in the arena. You get weird stuff like that. But here we are. But I didn't like the idea that people could just do that. And it made people believe that they were good at the game when they were just, R1, L1, R1, L1, R1, L1. And I just didn't... Me, as a player who would put a lot of thought into his build and try to do something fun. See, I don't have to win to have fun. That's the problem, is that there's a lot of guys running around that have the mentality that if they don't win, it wasn't a good fight, and they didn't have any fun. And that's not what a duel is all about. People need to understand that it's okay to lose every once in a while. You learn from it, so... Alright, now here's this guy again. Very rolly, so let's Let's throw him a dagger. Keep him on his toes. Like, up, and he got me. Okay, so he guard broke me. Okay, while I was trying to poke through the shield, I thought I could get him before the guard break went connected, and I guess that was stupid on my part. So he's trying to catch me with that web so it'll slow me down, but I caught him instead. So let's throw a little dagger. Now what do you got for me? He's very aggressive, but that happened. So you can just 360 that and then get him, or sometimes not. As you just saw, it was nowhere near him. I predicted that in the worst way. But we got the parry. I'll switch over to the Sickle to give it some love, and then bam. GG. GG, my friend. And that's another problem with playing an aggressive build, is that people will set you up. You know, he's as aggressive as you are, but it depends. It depends. You can feel somebody out if they're good at parrying. They normally go for it. They normally are trying to bait you for one. And you can learn a lot by just how they start off the match, and you watch them, you understand them. You got to learn their mentality and how they move. How comfortable are they fighting you at that time? You've got to remember that. This is all a game. It's all a game of chess. But remember, in the game of chess, my friends, before you think you're too good, in case you think you're pro at the PvP, in the game of chess, at the end of the game, the king and the pawn go into the same box. Remember that. So there's just people who have these different play styles, and when you play the game enough, you can see them. You can see them before the match even starts. You see them, and you're like, "Aha! I got you." So, very interesting way to think about it, but there's more truth to it than you'd think. More truth to it. So let's see what he's got for us. He's got himself the dragon armor, which is one of my favorite armors in the game. I will let him buff, despite him having a dagger, which means he's... Aha! I see, my friend. Oh, he just got me anyway. I tried to turn around and parry. Don't do that if they're directly behind you. That is something you don't want to do, ever. So, and I did that. I did that out of reflex, and that was not smart. So he's trying to get that that parry in there. See, and he's so reliant on it, he's forgotten. Yeah, there it goes. Got me again. He's so reliant on it, he's forgotten that people can get you randomly. So, and this is where having an unparryable weapon would be good for you. Let's get away from him as quickly as possible. So now we have a chance to get him. Let's be very careful here. Oh, he got me. He got me with that throwing dagger. Oh well. So he was using the monastery scimitar, which in of itself, because right now it's very, very, very strong, because of its parry timing. It used to be insane, and this latest patch seemed to have brought it back and set it back to its insane parry timing. It has an instant parry, and it's real sad that that's the case right now. I think it will be hot fixed, but oh well. So he got that backstab. That was a critical build. Everything about him was like, oh, I gotta get the critical. I gotta get the critical. So, oh well. I tried to get one of those strong two-handed pokes, and it just didn't happen, and he got me for it. And it was immediate. The moment that I threw the R1, right before it even hit him, he pressed L2 and was able to parry me with the monastery scimitar, and that's just sad. So I did survive that meta, but I've forgotten how to deal with it, and it's just going to take some practice again to get rid of the parry spamming people of the Monastery Scimitar, which is, you know, it's the Monetary Winotar. Monastery Winotar. Had a frosty moment there for a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. That's what you got to watch out for, is these crit builds. And strangely enough, he didn't like one-shot me, which is what I was expecting him to do with that dagger. So now we have to fight the Antichrist. Apparently, who is very strong off the bat with some dark magic, but he's got the Drake sword. You might be wearing jesters, so I can't backstab you, but I can do that. So it's over. GG. Got him with that big swinging R2. That'll catch people by surprise. Despite its risk, it will catch people. And they'll be like, what is that? It has such a slow wind up, but as soon as it's ready, it just goes whack really quickly. So you can catch people off guard with that. But a critical build, you know, you have to watch out, like the guy in the dragon armor. I mean, you really have to watch out. If he's going to be parrying you constantly, or he's going to backstab or go for the backstab, that is, you know, it could potentially one-shot you. It can just annihilate, you know, whatever you've got. So you have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. It's aggravating. Aggravating criticals, they can do just so much damage, and you have to watch it. And his first backstab was entirely my fault, and that was a little bit of the latency come in there, because obviously I looked him right in the eye when he backstabbed me, but on his screen I was probably still looking at him. Alright, sorry, I was still looking away from him, probably on his screen. On mine, I was looking right at him and already halfway through the parry, but it was too late, so I was trying to bait him for it, and that was stupid of me. It is entirely my fault that I lost that. Because with a crit build, you have to allow them to do it. You have to allow them to hit you with that thing. So, now this guy, we definitely don't want to get hit by, ever. So we have to be careful. He's got a lot of iframes. So you can catch him right there. He's got high elemental defense. So, oh, and he got the backstab. Oh, wow. Ouch. Ouch, that hurt. Yep, I can still guard break you running in a circle, my friend. And I jumped again. Why did I keep doing that? So we gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. I don't know what he's doing now, but he's doing something. He tried to catch me rolling behind him, and I didn't do it, and that's what happened to him. So we can peck him down with this spear. We can hit him. We can do it. Now I guess he's just going for another backstab. That's what I'm guessing he's going for. Oh, and he caught me right in that. I was switching to the sickle, and he caught me. So GG, my friend. GG. We almost had him. We almost had him. Very close. Very close. We almost had him. He caught me right in that rolling hitbox. You have to be very careful with the strength weapons, because some of them have a rolling hitbox, a rolling attack that has a very strange hitbox. So you have to be very careful. It'll look like on like right there. It looked on his my screen that he wasn't even anywhere close to hitting me, but he got me on his screen, so it happened. On his screen, I probably was right in front of him. Oh well. And see, you can have fun. You can still have fun fighting, despite the fact that you might lose. Like, come on, it's fun. It's fun to do. Fighting is fun in this game. You're not going to win them all. You need to understand this is if you think you can just come in here and YOLO your way to victory, then you need to play a different game. This is not the game for you if you think that you're gonna win every single match because you're just so MLG pro. That's not how this game works. You will be annihilated. So, in any other context, I probably would have beaten that guy if he had been wearing some different armor, but he wasn't. So I got my ass kicked. He had the armor. Do I know if he was the same level as me? No, there's no way to know. Do I know uh, if it was, on his screen or not, whether he hit me? No. But the fact is that I lost, and you can still have fun in the fight. The entire time, I was still like, all right, we got ourselves a challenger. So, never, if somebody's got as much damage potential as that, don't risk a trade or... Ah, we have a fisting build. Somebody fisting. Now, I would say he had invisible weapons and we had to be careful, but he's using what seems to be Havel's gauntlets, which increase the damage of somebody who is throwing punches, which he is, as you can see right now. So I'm trying to catch him in the rolls. Because he's going to be in close combat, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the sickle and see if I can catch him in any rolls with it. So, and now we could see if we can bait him. Oh, no. I guess not. Oh, he just did a jumping attack, which I tried to parry. That was dumb. So. Oh. And because of the patch, he couldn't stun lock my whole health away. He did a lot of damage, but he couldn't stun lock my whole health away, which is nice. And he continues to try to backstab me. Nope. Nope. Nice. Yep. Oh, that was... Whoa, and he got me. Okay. So yeah, that last hit was a bit interesting, but he got me. I tried parrying him. Parrying fists is actually quite easy, but what I hadn't realized he was doing was he actually wasn't doing the L1 power stance. He was just punching me right in the face, and so normally you can catch them, and I thought I could catch him. I tried playing fancy. That was what that was. I tried playing fancy. I could have just poked him to death and won, but I tried playing fancy, which I said before. That's what gets you killed. Trying to do something interesting, trying to, impress people or yourself or whatever you're doing. You play fancy and you get your ass kicked. That's what happened. You gotta watch out for that. Maybe the Havel's gauntlets don't increase. I've never done a fisting build. I've never done that. That's something that when I started playing was very, very, very overpowered. You could stun lock people forever. And I didn't have any interest in that. I guess I'm one of those really honorable fag guys, as some people say, honor fag, which I guess, yeah, that's what I am. I don't like it. I don't think that it's fun to use because of the fact that I can just raffle stomp an entire group of people with my bare hands. So, oh well, we'll see how it goes. But these weapons, like I said, are very interesting. I need to use the shield more. Okay, what's this? We have a katana user who has already taken some damage. I'm not sure how he did that. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that, guy. Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. Now he's... Oh, Oh, maybe yes. Maybe what is he? What is he doing? Don't know. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. He's switching it up. He's being a confusing opponent. He's switching it up. Yep. He had some issue with stamina management, and he got hit for it. So, poke. Oh, he had the range. I think that's the partisan. Yep, that's the partisan. Now that has... Yeah, see, he tried to bait me into that. That's why I ran with my shield up. And I caught him in the roll. So he tried to bait me with that R2. He knows all about that. Now he's ice skating a little bit, but it's not too bad. So I don't think it's that big of an issue. So let's be very careful with him. Be very careful. Oh, yep, Chaos Blade. We caught him in the roll because we switched it up. We switched up the move style. And here we go. Now we're putting the pressure on. Oh, I thought I could recover, but I could not. Be careful. I'm trying to bait him for a parry, and that was stupid of me. I know I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get punished for this. Oh, and got ya. See, you can catch them with that hand axe moveset. If they try to roll next to you, whatever, you press that R2 and you just bam, you know, you get them. And you can kind of direct it just a bit, like a strength weapon. You can direct it. Remember that. You guys can always direct your attack in the direction you need to go. And that's a good way to catch people in a roll when they run out of iframes, and then bam, they get hit. They get hit hard, too. One of my favorite things to do. Because I know on their screen they're probably like, I didn't, he didn't hit me, yeah, so. But, you know. It's subjective. All of it's subjective. It's you know, how you play, the way you play, who you play with. I mean, it's all of this is based off your own experience in the game. And I found this game to be fun. There's a lot of people who don't. They like the first game better, and that's the way that they prefer things, and that's fine. That's fine for me. I don't care. I enjoyed both. This one feels like a different game to me, but I enjoy both. Oh, so we're doing the run around in circles thing. Now, him having the buckler immediately tells me that he likes titty shields. No, I'm kidding. That he likes to parry. So. And I thought I could show him parrying, but. And see, he tried to parry, and it didn't happen. And I'll just poke him for it. Now he's trying to bait me with that jumping attack. I don't think he... But will he fall for it himself? Yes, he will. He will fall for it himself, and I will parry him. So, now he's using the blue Tearstone Ring, which gives him an extra bit of defense. And I don't know if one hit will kill him or not. It depends on the... I got a backstab animation for some reason. Don't know. But see, now he probably would have parried me if I did the R1, but instead I did that sweeping attack, which hit him at a different time. So he probably was not ready for that. So we got a win there. We got a nice little win there. A nice little parry. Parries are like I've said before. I had that big parry montage, which by the way was a joke. I didn't. There's no skill involved in any of that. I was using the turtle armor. I was using the mastodon to do some of the the criticals themselves, and I was using the buckler and the monastery scimitar when it was OP. And I didn't actually, I will say, forgive me for that, because I actually didn't know how bad it was. By the time I was using the monastery, I had already become very good at parrying with all the other weapons, so I was thinking, oh, it's just a little bit better than other weapons, no big deal, it's just a little bit better. And then I saw so many people using it and parrying me, and I would be like, what in the, how is everybody suddenly good at parrying? And then people were like, guy, it's because of the monastery scimitar. I'm like, it can't be that bad. Well, it turned out it was. So I had 16 hours of footage of like mostly one night of recording over Livestream, and I just put it all together with Techie, the kobold, who is my boyfriend and the guy who lives with me, and he went through all of it and put it together into a parry montage, and none of it's any skill or any of that. I baited people and then parried them. That's all it was. So now we had a very safe attack poking through him. This is the same guy as before, so we're going to be very cautious with him because he's very aggressive. Very aggressive. I know the timing on the buckler, my friend, and I know when and when you can't do it. I know that. Okay, now we did a quick attack, very quick attack on purpose, so he couldn't get that parry off. He's being very aggressive, very aggressive. Now he wants to go for the trade, but I have more health than he does. Nope, no parry for me. No parry for him either, so he's just taking the damage, taking it up. He's soaking it up. But we'll get this guy. And a parry. Bingo! GG. So there's that. I'm not bad with the medium shield parries. When curved swords started to have an issue, I started switching over to different parrying tools like the medium shield and all that. So that's one of the reasons that I do that. Let's see here. Hopefully we can get another duel. Hopefully with somebody else. I mean, I don't mind fighting the same guy, but I mean, he was obviously quite learned in PvP, but he was really, really underestimating how much I knew about the buckler parry timing. So I knew exactly what he could and could not do. And anybody who's practiced against, a group of guys that are using that would know that too. So, but we got ourselves about 12 or so minutes left in this recording, so we're gonna see what we can get done. I've really said just about all I can say about these weapons is that they complement each other well. You can get them from the Grave Wardens, by the way. They're not hard to get. You just get them from the ones that are holding that weapon, like the Drake Keepers. The ones with the swords only drop the swords, while the ones with the sickles only drop the sickles. Okay, so here's the guy. Let's hope we can get some revenge on this guy. I'll bow in respect to him beating me. Let's hope we can get some revenge and not let him do what he did to me before, where he got that nasty backstab. And he knows I know what he does. He knows that now, so he's being cautious. He's changed his setup. There it goes, and they're off. Caught him in the roll, which is good. I don't know what shield that is because it's red, but caught him in the roll with that sweeping. See, just like that. So now we're just playing cautious. Now we're playing cautious. Now he switched over. That's the mannequin. The mannequin, he thinks he can get the parry on me real easily. So, and we're just going to circle him. No, he got me again with that. I'll get him back. How you like that? He tried to parry, and I caught him because of it. So, he's... We have to be extra careful now. I hope I can get this guy. Oh, that was so close. That was bad. That was bad news, guys. That was really bad news. I could have been just completely annihilated in that situation. Oh, we're having... This is interesting. I'll turn around. He face stabbed me right, and I had the attack too, and he got me. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I had the attack, and I was turning around to get him, and I even had the swing halfway going, and he still backstabbed me. Oh man, that's terrible. A little weird too. I'll have to look at that later and be like, how did that happen? But you know, I've been teleported. I had it in the last video with the red rust or not red rust. I don't know why I keep saying that. Red iron twin blade, and it was very disconcerting when I suddenly teleported 12 feet and got backstabbed by a guy. It was very, very disconcerting when that happened, and oh well. So, that's what we have to do. As I say that a lot. Oh well, oh well. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta shrug your shoulders and hope for a good match or a better match, or, you know, hope that you can learn from that experience. Because that was a good fight. I unfortunately got killed by every one of his criticals. And that sucks that he was able to pull both of those off. But he did. He got him, and you just got to shrug it off and go, oh, maybe next time, maybe next time. So he got me. Maybe I should have just been poke happy. I kept catching him in the rolls, but I guess it wasn't good enough. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, we've got a big old Havel monster. Hello, Havel monster. Hello. He's like, I am Havel. Oh, he's just R1, and let's R1 with him. What do you think about that, my friend? Oh, yeah, what happened? Yeah, I'm just gonna get in your face, Havel man. Because I'm afraid he'll heal. I'm afraid he'll do it. I'm afraid he'll heal. And yeah, goodbye, Havel monster. See, they grow very, very dependent. Very, very dependent on the ability to take damage. They grow very dependent on that, and so they'll think they'll win the trade, but they forget their poise isn't always going to work. Just like that guy, I kept hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, and I just laughed in his face as I just kept hitting him and hitting him. And that's the counter. The counter is just keep hitting him, stay aggressive on the Havel monster, because his greatest strength is actually his greatest weakness. He is so dependent on the ability to take damage that he will completely underestimate how much damage you can do. He will. He'll underestimate it. And you're just going to beat on him like a drum. He'll try to attack. You're going to interrupt the animation. That's how it's going to go. His greatest strength is his greatest weakness. Remember that. Stay aggressive on the Havel monster. Those guys... And what was he doing? He was just expecting, look at me, I'm a giant tank monster, I can do what I want, here's my giant strength weapon, I'm just going to beat you to death this thing. But when you have a character like this one, which is very agile and has a very more varied moveset than he does, I'm gonna beat on you like a drum. So he underestimated his opponent, is what happened to him. So he can complain all he wants that he lost, but he underestimated his opponent. Ooh, look at me, I'm a big Havel monster. Me, John, big tree. I'll take you out. So obviously that was not the case. Not the case for him. And matches like that just bring a grin to my face, I'll be honest with you, and I hope it does for you too, because you'll lose a fight to somebody like the guy with the Demon Great Hammer, and you'll be like, oh, I'm all salty about that, or, you know, big deal. But Then you'll win a fight with a Havel monster, and you know I've done a service to the community. So, now this guy's using the Santiers, and the 1.06 patch made the Santiers viable again. They nerfed the crap out of it, and now it's back into working order, which I don't have a problem with. I don't see why anybody would either. I mean, now he can't be backstabbed, so he's just gonna R1 it up. He's just gonna R1 it up. Aha, do it. Do it. Yeah, you like doing? Yeah, there you go. We can get him. There we go. Okay, let's get him to do it again. Do it again. Come on, do it again. Get in my face, do it again. He needs to be at a certain distance. Yep. There we go. Now we're doing good. We're doing better than you think we are. We're doing okay. Now, he can't parry, so I just went right into that. So he does not have very good stamina management. I don't know what he's rolling for. There's nothing to. He's having an issue. He's look at him go. Look at him go. He says, "Pokey, pokey, pokey." Yeah, my spear's better. Let's switch over to Silverblack so we have some Silverblack Sickle. And then, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. He was trying to trade with the Twin Blade moveset and took more damage than he thought he was ever going to take. I knew he'd try it, because if he hit me with it, it probably would have hurt a lot. But I knew he'd try it. See, that's just like that. You can get people. They play stupid and they get dead. So that's always fun. I think we have time for one more duel. I think we're going to have time for that. We'll see how it goes. But I feel this was a pretty productive video. We got to talk about a couple of things, tactics and strategy and mentality, and show off these very interesting weapons that you guys should definitely check out. Now, I don't know, this is something that the community needs to test, but even though it seems like the parry timing, if you two-hand something like the Silverblack Sickle, the parry timing seems different than the other hand axe movesets. Now, I know, why would anybody care who parries with something like that? Well, there are people who do. There are people who just want to run it two-hand or something like that and then get it going, and I don't know what that is, but that's a little added side note to that weapon. So, the lazy gamer, I swear if he's a Havel monster with a Santiers, I'm going to laugh hard. That would be a great name for a Havel monster, the lazy gamer. No, it seems that we got ourselves the washing pole. Oh yeah, you like to throw knives? Oh, poison knives. Neat. Now, come on, my friend. Don't make me regret throwing out one last duel before entering the video. It is time to fight me. It is time to fight. Would you make up your mind, friend? What is it that you are doing? Why are we having this contest here? Huh? Why are we not fighting like men? Why are we not doing that? That was a bad trade, but oh well, I caught him like that, so. What, did I just have to, were we playing tag? Did I have to go hit you for you to do anything? Is that what it is? He's like, yeah, man, that was the game. Come on now. Oh, running away again. Okay, I'm not sure what you're doing here, bud, but I'm going to have to ask you politely to cut it the hell out. So, because you're getting on my nerves. Yeah, you can cast whatever you want. You're already dead. It's over. Please don't run away. See, now that kind of fight does make me a little angry. I don't like people who just run away constantly. Like, what a coward you look like. Just fight, fight, just fight, fight. Come on now, fight. Fight. Don't make people chase after you. That's rude. It's rude. Just fight. Whatever he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. He had some kind of plan. I think it's funny when I caught up to him and he just turns around and actually starts fighting me. Whatever that was about. Oh well. Alright guys, well thank you for joining in. Like I said, this was the interesting little slight cosplay kind of thing, and I wanted to have an hour-long video again. It's good to be back in the YouTube. Like I said, I've been live streaming. If you guys want to see the live stream, I will put the link in the channel. I normally stream just about every day. I normally don't stream on Sundays or Mondays, but I do stream just about every other day if nothing gets in the way in real life. So come on in, join the fun. You can chat, you can ask me questions, I can answer. It's all live, everything's live, it's all fun. So if you guys want to do that, if you want to follow me on Twitter, there is going to be a link for the Twitter, and it tells you guys what I'm up to and what I'm doing at the time. So that's fun. So otherwise, the summary of this entire build, it's not really a build, is these weapons do complement each other. They do it very well, and I would suggest keeping one physical and the other one dark. Unless you have, high dark scaling, then fuck it, go for both. So, who cares? But they still work, even though they have dark damage as a default. They still work in a quality build, no problem, with no infusion. They still have pretty decent scaling. This one, they're both at C, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so we have a C and a D on the Sickle, but they're both C with C scaling with the strength and the dex, so that's good. So these weapons are not to be overlooked. I'm telling you guys. You guys can really enjoy these weapons. You got to get in there. You got to get going because the Great Sword Katana Master Race is over. So get out the other weapons that you've put money into and you were like, I want this, I want this, I want this. You put your souls into it, your resources into it, and it turned out they sucked. You can pull those out again because they work. They work now, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. I sure as hell do. So that's pretty much all for now. The Dropout Dragon is dropping out.